Hello, how are you all? So, as they say, be stronger than your excuses. And someone who was stronger enough has made big into I am इंदौर. मैंने जब उसको कॉल किया शौर्य को, शौर्य आ जाओ अपना इंटरव्यू दे दो और अपनी जर्नी के बारे में स्टूडेंट्स को बताओ. ये सेट सर मैं सीधा आई एम इंदौर जाके दूंगा. एंड राइट नाउ यू कैन सी इन फ्रंट ऑफ योर स्क्रीन्स. ही इज इन आई एम इंदौर और हैप्पीनेस बिल्कुल फेस पे झलक रही है. So how are you feeling, Shaurya? How is the campus and how is the life over there?
It's great, sir. It's super exciting. It's full of thrill in a way, and it's just beautiful. The campus is a perfect blend of some modern structures, buildings, and it's very close to nature as well. So it's the perfect thing I would ever ask for.
तो आप लोग पीछे में मुझे दिख रहा है एक शेल्फ दिख रहा है जिसमें बहुत सारी बुक्स भी दिख रही हैं. तो क्या आप अपनी लाइब्रेरी बनाते हैं रूम्स की?
Yes, sir. We have हम लोग को books मिले हैं recently, and we are starting to organize it and all. So अभी चल रहा है. I'm having some good time with my roommates here. The books, the studies, सब कुछ मस्ती चल रही है थोड़ी सी and great है. सब चंगा है.
All right, the great thing is, और मुझे ये पता पड़ा है कि अथर्व आने वाला है in the last week of September and in the month of November. So all the fun is now going to begin. But before this, let me ask you about your journey because in these episodes we are covering journeys of all the students who actually made into IIM Indore. और उस जर्नी के थ्रू जितने स्टूडेंट्स इस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो को देख रहे हैं दे आर गोइंग टू गेट बेनिफिटेड आउट ऑफ इट. सो माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन टू यू इज how does actually began that point of time and uh, so were you actually interested in the field of management at point of time or were you doing something else?
Okay, so first of all, I am a science student. My subjects were PCMB, and I was my initial target was JEE. So I began my classes for JEE, but I always wanted to do MBA. My plan was like first engineering, then CAT, and then to IIM or any good business school. Then as I got to know about this course, I just felt in love with it. Not just that I was able to spend 5 years at the campus, but the curriculum itself was such a wide and beautiful thing with various topics like philosophy, sociology, and then you've got information technology, which is also a crucial part in today's life. So I thought like this was the thing for me, and I should do this thing only. Then I began my preparation, and I guess today I'm sitting here in front of you now.
That's great, Shaurya, and I think we have been part of this particular journey, so we know that it involves a lot of labor because there are only 150 seats competing with each and every one. So luck plays also a very crucial role over there because I have seen students who actually could not make into IIM Indore despite scoring very, very well. And there were others who actually, made into IIM Indore because there was a balance in this course. And secondly, they could do very well in the interview part. Okay, so Shaurya, the first question from my side is, so let's talk about the aptitude part first. And how did you prepare for mathematics segment? Because that is one area where majority of the students feel that they feel that thing tough.
Yeah, this is a very good question. So I was a JEE student, and I loved mathematics since the beginning. So I was kind of comfortable with it. But some topics which was taught in standard 8 or 9 or even before it, like profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, mixtures, allegations, those were pretty, alienated for me in the beginning. So I had to go through it. I had to practice on it a bit. And some topics which are still difficult for JEE students as well, like the limits and all stuff. I had to go through those things as well, the calculus part. So I began with that stuff. With my JEE preparation, I had some reference books for mathematics, the initial ones. This is how I got away with mathematics.
All right. So mathematics is one segment. Another segment is verbal ability or English. And many of these students are not good at English. And if you even if you are good at English, this time, the cutoffs were very, very high. And how did you manage with that particular segment?
I was one of those students who found English a bit difficult. So my vocab and thing was pretty average in the beginning. So from I guess 6 months ago, I started reading newspapers, the editorials and all stuff, and I started, noting those difficult words which are a bit new to me. Then I started giving mock tests. I used to analyze my mock extremely thoroughly, and I used to find all those shortcomings which I couldn't do it. And at the end, just before the exam, I had some 700 to 800 words on my list, and I was very confident with it. So even in the examination, I got 3 to 4 words from that list, and that was pretty nice. That actually felt pretty nice for me that I could do it.
All right.
The hard
So
work
that's
has paid
one
off.
part. It's one part. So you are basically talking about the vocabulary segment. So did you manage? How did you manage with the comprehension part also? If you can help, were you reading enough that point of time?
So initially, I wasn't a very good kind of a reader, but so when I got to know that reading comprehension is a thing which could, just finish the game overall, just to make it or break it kind of a thing. So I started used to read first a lot, and from that I started to increase my speed in reading. Then I started solving the questions with various sources available on net or from some coaching institutes and all. And with that, by the end I was pretty comfortable with it. And in the exam also, as compared to my previous course, I was pretty decent above what I had expected, and I got away with it pretty comfortably.
All right, all right. So this is one segment, and Shaurya made into I Am Indore. And the great thing is, he's right now delivering this particular talk from one of the hostel rooms over there. Let me ask you other questions as well, because we had this journey together, specifically during the interview segment when we were talking to each other at a point of time, understanding your strategy to crack the interview part, and things were going very well at that point of time. So, how did you prepare for the interview part, and do you think we would help at that point of time? Yes, sure.
Absolutely, sir. I remember when I joined the PI group of supergrads, I wasn't a bit, aware of these preparations and all. And as I started doing sessions with you, ma'am, Anil sir, Manish sir, I just started getting more and more friendly with it. Various questions which were asked to me, like one question that was asked in the interview was, "What does your name mean? And have you ever stood up to your name?" The thing was that if it would have been come directly in the interview, I was totally blank. But luckily, the same question was asked to me earlier in the
Okay.
interview itself. So I was comfortable. I gave a funny response, and the panel busted out laughing. So initially, it was a bit tense kind of an interview, but that was an icebreaker for us in the interview. So
Great.
yes, it played a very good part, and it was important.
All right, sure. A few more important points. Let me ask you this. So, do you think someone who is not having pleasing personality can make inside I am Indore? I mean, how is that person going to manage for the interview segment? Because, that is something which is looked by the panelist over there.
Sir, for it, first of all, we know that first of all, the weightage of the return paper round one is 65%, and second interview starts from 35. So, first of all, you do good in the section one, you are already having a lead in front of the other. So, somehow, if you even have a decent interview skill, you have fine chance that you make it into IIM Indore. And for interview, I guess your confidence is the most important thing which they are looking forward to, and the academics. So if you are fine with your academics of previous 2 years or whatever stream you had, then you are good to go. And there is serious chance that you will have edge in the interview as well. So this is, I guess, the only thing which I can feel can relate.
All right. So, how many days have you, spent in I am Indore already?
It's been now 6 days, and it's pretty decent and pretty happy actually. I should say,
All right.
pretty energetic days.
How was your
All are
day
clear.
one? So, students listening to you.
Day one was like pretty funny kind of a thing. Like the day we arrived, there was extremely, sunlight all around. We were expecting it to be pretty hot in Indore. As we entered the campus, it began raining heavily, and we had no umbrellas with us. And बस फिर पूरे के पूरे गीले होके हम घूम रहे थे, me with my parents. We just giving ourselves from the rain. Got to meet our friends.
All right. And I think the welcome was given by our mentors. Kushal and Mitransh are already there. And have you met them already or not?
Absolutely, sir. The first thing I did was I called Kushal Bhaiya and Mitransh Bhaiya as well that I want to meet you guys. It was great being with you and I just want to meet you. So we had a fine chat as well. They gave me some crucial tips before beginning of classes and all that, what to do, what not to do. I guess they would be my mentors for coming time as well.
So, see, this is something which I wanted to ask because, the people who are training you are playing crucial role inside the campus as well. So, Kushal and Mitransh were helping Shaurya during the interview phase in mentoring with the HR part of the questions, if I'm not wrong, right? They were your mentors at point of time. You were sending the
Yes,
scripts to them and everything. And in fact, Debarnab was also for the one of the groups. So Debarnab, Kushal, and Mitransh, all three of them were part of the mentoring team, and now they are also feeling that they are in home. Now, the final question to you, Shaurya, something which is very crucial and coming from this particular dice. See, many people right now, super grad students, non-super grad students who are listening to you right now, both of them are going to face 2023 and 2024 examinations. Two most important piece from your side, advices from your side.
One thing which I would like to tell is that do not try to compete with others. Should be true to yourself and just compete with yourself. That is the most important thing. And never ever give up. It's never really over. Just be confident and believe in yourself. Everything would just be for you. It is for you, and you have to just go and take it. You believe the same.
Great piece of advice at the end of this particular interview. I think Shaurya is making a clear-cut point. Never ever give up. Everything is going to fall into place automatically. With this particular note, एक बहुत important नारा जो हर जगह आजकल फैल रहा है, IPM मतलब
Super grats.
okay. So he also did this along with Supergrads. IPM matlab Supergrads ke saath. I'm saying bye bye. I'm quite sure this interview is going to be really very helpful for all the student audience who have listened to it. Thank you. Thanks a lot.